Hello everyone and welcome to Youth Vote 2012 here on the campus of Wartburg College in Waverly. To everyone here in our live studio audience, everybody watching at home or in the classroom, we want to thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ron Steele of KWWL News.
And I'm Jacqueline Schutte with Wartburg Television. Today we'll be hosting a discussion on the most important issues facing young voters.
We're going to talk about many key issues facing our voters: education, the cost of tuition, college, the national debt, the economy, and LGBT issues and rights here today on this program.
And after we've talked about the issues, we'll bring in representatives from both the Obama and Romney campaign for discussion. We'll also be joined by a representative from Bruce Braley's congressional campaign and Braley's Republican opponent, Ben Lang. And to all of our students watching, we'd love you to become part of the conversation. Tori Jockums of the Wartburg Circuit joins us now to let you know how you can get involved.
We're excited to have over 700 students watching across eastern Iowa this morning, and we want to get you all involved in the conversation. So go to wartburgcircuit.org/youthvote where you can chat live with us during the show.
Wartburg Television's Danny Householder is here to tell you what you need to know as a student about today's educational process and, of course, how it relates to the election. Danny.
Thanks, Ron. Young adults hoping to get a college education are struggling more than with just their homework. Here's a look at the financial issues that hit our country's college students.
Iowa College Aid says students who graduated in 2011 left four-year schools $29,184 in debt. That gives our state the sixth highest student debt rate in the country.
Joining us now in the studio is Mike Cormack from the Iowa Department of Education and Jeremy Davis from Iowa College Aid. Why is college so expensive?
There's a lot of things that go into college costs.
Right now, let's go to the studio audience.
Tuition is going up and the economy is faltering, so how are we supposed to pay for college?
National debt has reached record highs this year, and that could fall on the shoulders of today's youth for years to come.
Let's take a look at the last 8 years. According to the United States Treasury, since the end of 2004, the national debt has risen from $7.5 trillion to just over $16 trillion today.
And now we're going to head over to Tori for a question from one of our schools watching today.
Our next question comes from Lother Academy, and they would like to know why Iowa is in so much debt.
The amount of the average household debt from a credit card standpoint is about $8,000. Iowa has closer to $5,000 per average household.
According to the U.S. Census Bureau's current population survey, over the past 4 years, young adults have had the most difficulty entering the workforce.
We now move to an issue personal to some voters and one that could potentially transform Iowa's legal system. This year, the fourth and final judge, Justice David Wiggins, is up for retention. A major opponent of same-sex marriage, the National Organization for Marriage, has been very aggressive against the retention of Wiggins and how the Constitution was interpreted back in 2009.
We're now joined by Molly Tafoya of One Iowa and Karen Thalacker, a Bremer County Magistrate Judge.
My question is, if we have a separation of church from state, how could the Bible be used as an argument against gay marriage?
We will now be joined by Matt Strawn of the Iowa Republican Party and Ben Lang, the Republican candidate for the House of Representatives, District 1.
And to all of our audience here live in the studio here at Wartburg Television and at home, this is your chance to talk directly to those representing Iowa's Republican Party.
My question is, how do we make college more affordable and accessible to students while maintaining the prestige of a college degree?
What we're seeing right now is because of the way that the system is functioning, there are more dollars flowing into the system, but as a result, tuition continues to go up. You all know it. You feel the price of that.
We now move to the other side of the aisle for discussion.
That's right. We've heard from the Republicans. Now we're joined by the Democratic representative. Sue Dvorsky is the chair of the Iowa Democratic Party here in our state, and Dave Nagel is a former Iowa congressman.
Their concern is that both parties are blaming the problems on the other, and they would like to know why the parties can't work together.
I honestly believe that more balance, more pragmatism, and more problem solving is going to win this election.
Coming up on WTV News, making your vote count, why some Wartburg students had trouble voting on Election Day.
It's almost time for the political ads to come to an end because Election Day is tomorrow. We'll show you what Wartburg did to help Eastern Iowa students get ready for the big decision.
You may have seen the YouTube video, but how does it connect to Wartburg? We have the full story.
Waverly is investing in wind energy. Find out why Wartburg has committed millions of dollars to the project.
Plus, alcohol on campus. What's contributing to the rise in underage drinking here at Wartburg?
You're watching WTV News, live on Wartburg Television. from the Grant Price Studio. Breaking news, local coverage, and sports. This is WTV News.
In the state of Iowa, voters are allowed to register on the polls on Election Day, but for one Wartburg College student, casting his vote was not easy.
It was pretty ridiculous. I just thought, like, this is so frustrating. New-time voters like me might just get frustrated and give it up altogether.
He went to the auditor's office 3 times over 2 days and brought 6 forms of identification.
I went back on Tuesday at the actual poll center itself, and I brought back a few more documents, and the lawyer actually looked at everything and he said, this is ridiculous. They should have just let you register yesterday.
Now, it's cornfields like this that would usually bring about 150 to 200 bushels per acre. And this year, that number could be under 100 bushels, if any, at all.
WTV found out what it's taking up $100,000 of Wartburg's budget every year.
Herds of horses from around the Midwest made their way, with their owners of course, to the annual Fall Horse Sale in Waverly this last week.
WTV's Ben Hoppenworth joins us now in the studio with more on what brought the whole farm to the family.
Different kinds of people make their way to the sale, but there's only one main reason they all come out.
The love of the horse.
This is the largest horse sale in the Midwest.
If you are an early riser on Sunday morning, you might have the opportunity to make a little extra laundry money. Just pick up the beer cans littered along the sidewalk from Joe's to Clinton Hall. But that isn't the only sign of drinking on campus. The annual security report revealed there were 248 alcohol referrals in 2011 compared to 125 in 2010.
WTV's Jacqueline Schutte found out why some majors at Wartburg are now more expensive than others.
The students saw a new charge in their tuition statement this year.
First of all, I thought it was like a mistake or something, so I was really confused.
It's a brand new fee that was added. It's $150 for specific courses that we call extended instruction.
We're paying like $42,000 to go here. Like, where is that money going?
When the college sees a drop in over 60 students, the entire campus feels the impact. WTV's Caitlin Harbach joins us now and breaks down the recent enrollment numbers by the college. Caitlin?
Thanks, Ben. The Wartburg Enrollment Office announced a decline in both overall and first-year enrollment this fall.
Most first years and a few of the upperclassmen live in a more traditional dorm with 1 or 2 roommates. Here they have to take a little bit different of a setup for their room.
The nation learned the power of hurtful words last week as lacrosse anchor Jennifer Livingston spoke out to a viewer's hurtful words. Although anchors face criticism every day and even welcome feedback, many believe the viewer Kenneth Krause took it too far. All it would take is a conversation with those who know Jennifer to see that she is more than someone who simply reads the news.
Good evening and welcome to Night Watch. I'm Jennifer Livingston.
Very proud that she did take her opportunity and her position as an opportunity to educate and empower young individuals.
This isn't really a surprise. I mean, this is the Jennifer that we've known. She's a deeply caring person, very passionate about what she does.
So the question with all of these renovations is, where is all the funding coming from? The simple answer might surprise you. It's newspapers.
During my orientation, the people on our floor they rinsed our hair with some, I don't know, I think it was something that had tomato juice in it.
The general campus things were relatively harmless, embarrassing but harmless. Didn't hurt me to wear my boxers outside my pants for a day.
The freshmen were called squires during their first weeks of initiation at college. After that, they were baptized by being thrown into the fountain. Then, they were knights. Although these experiences were completely normal at the time, Director of Campus Programming and National Hazing Prevention Board Committee member Ashley Lang says today's standards are very different.
John Myers has found 3 cases where an identity theft has acquired account numbers of Wartburg Wells Fargo cardholders over the last 2 months and has made purchases. Myers said in each case the purchases were under $100 and they were caught before any serious damage could be done.
It's unusual to see a dog at Wartburg, especially when pets aren't allowed. But in the case of second-year Leah Mitchell and Ray Ray, a special exception was made. This is Ray Ray, a 7-year-old dog who lives in Clinton Hall.
Every morning she gets her blood glucose levels checked. She has a special diet for diabetic dogs. Every 12 hours she gets insulin.
Ray Ray is blind and diabetic, and Leah suffers from anxiety. The two take care of each other.
We're really happy that this situation has been positive for the student.
Leah says Ray Ray has greatly helped her and has some advice for those who may be struggling.
Don't let your problems stop you.
How did the football team respond to the last week's loss to Simpson? We have the answer.
And Mark Luschau joins us here in the locker room.
And we go inside the numbers with the cross-country team.
The volleyball team hosted the Iowa Conference Tournament last week. Would the Knights be crowned champions? We'll let you know.
And after a poor start to their season, the men's soccer team has gotten back to their winning ways.
And we'll step off the Wartburg campus to tell you about another volleyball team that is finding huge success.
So it is a big deal to me just to be able to put on that singlet and represent Wartburg College and definitely try to make a name for myself and for our college.
And find out why one Wartburg wrestler will be heading to Washington, D.C. in a few weeks.
So grab your popcorn, buckle in, and get ready for 30 fast and furious minutes of sports night.
Jim Miller, Wartburg's co-head wrestling coach, will be stepping down from the wrestling coaching position following the 2012-13 season.
The news of Coach Miller stepping down came as a shock for most people. However, this is something he has been thinking about for quite some time, since his son TJ graduated in 2008, to be exact.
But sometimes in life, you just know, even though there might not be a lot of specific reasons that I'm going to give you today. You just know it's the right time, and that's where I'm at. This is just the right time.
Breaking news in the Wartburg community as co-head wrestling coach Jim Miller announced earlier today that he will be stepping down. Now, Coach Miller has coached 34 individual champions, and joining us now are two of them, Cody Silvestri and Landon Williams.
We knew it was coming somewhere down the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that you can't really prepare for. You know, I knew it was going to be emotional.
Caring about kids on and off the mat is the most important thing, and what goes on with their life beyond their career.
Snap is to Schrader, a little bit high, he handles it, and now he's looking for Haruska, and he's got him with a big gain down the middle. About a 20-yard gain for Wartburg. Nice pitch and catch from Schrader to Haruska.
Drum roll please, because it's now time to reveal our Athlete of the Week. This week, our Athlete of the Week is junior volleyball player Ramey Seek. Gustavus took the lead right out of the gate as sophomore Zach Brown heads the corner kick past Cade Schatzer. That's just 5 minutes into the first half, and the Golden Gusties have a 1-0 lead.
Welcome back. The Wartburg cross country men and women went and ran their own version of the Tough Mudder up in La Crosse, Wisconsin on Saturday. The men went out first this time around against a 26-team field.
With that win, Nodi became the Wartburg women's soccer program's all-time career leader in goalkeeper wins. Nodi now joins me in the locker room. Thank you very much for joining me, and congratulations.
Thanks.
All the Knights needed was the extra point, but just like last year, it's blocked. The Knights had one last chance as they try a little trickery on the final play, with Brown catching and tossing to Logan Ruffridge, who can't quite make it to the end zone. Knights lose a heartbreaker to Simpson for the second year in a row, 2019.
The Tommies strike back, though, as sophomore Kelly Foley hits it past Jamie Farley to take a 14-13 lead.
Oh, this is the fun time. So work's been done. A month ago, they were working real hard, and work is kind of all done. We just do fun tuning kinds of things.
Augustana of South Dakota, ranked in the top 5 in Division II, took first overall. Leading the way for the Knights was sophomore Alana Anapnit, who took second.
The basketball team kicked off their 2012-13 regular season Friday night in the Buzz Levick tournament against the Storm of Crown College. Let's see what happened. It would be Crown who got off to a hot start in the beginning when they steal the inbounds pass and get an easy layup, and they're up 6 right off the bat.
When we win, doesn't really matter. So I think they've been pretty happy with it, and a win's a win.
Number 22, Kurt Ruska. Throughout his time at Wartburg, this wide receiver has turned into a leader on and off the field.
I'm there for the guys. I'm there for the coaches to do what I'm asked to do.
Coming up on Good Morning Waverly, it's political season. Find out what one candidate had to say on his campaign stop in Waverly. Coming up on Good Morning Waverly, Kelsey and I made our way to the Waverly Home Bakery to cook up some sweet treats for the holidays.
And we'll introduce you to one Wartburg student who can now call herself a published author.
Stay to this side.
And what were we doing with llamas this week? Getting ready for Halloween, of course.
Wrapping presents not your thing? No problem, there's a way to get your presents wrapped perfectly that also gives back to the community.
There's no snow yet, but will there be sometime soon? We'll have your full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Happy Friday and good morning, Waverly.
Hello and welcome to Good Morning Waverly. I'm Shelby Granath.
And I'm Kelsey Bemis. And later after they voted, the fourth graders sang a song about the importance of voting. Now you'll most likely recognize the tune, so let's go ahead and take a listen to that now.
Blue Democrats and red green Republicans, your support on tax and healthcare. Are you gonna be persuaded? Vote for Obama or vote for Romney.
According to a poll by Neighborhood Scout, Waverly Shell Rock is ranked number 2 out of 361 schools in the state of Iowa.
Last year, there were nearly 2.6 million breast cancer survivors in the United States. Joining us now is Beyond Pink team member Gabby DeWitt. Thanks for joining us, Gabby.
Thanks for having me. All of our money goes to helping women here in our community.
4 cases of whooping cough have been diagnosed in WSR elementary schools.
Elaine, can you tell us what is exactly whooping cough?
What whooping cough is the technical name is called pertussis and stuff. And what it is it's an upper respiratory infection that causes them to cough quite violently. Normally the cough gets so bad to the point that...
Temperature outside is about 30 degrees, so not too warm or not too cold, I guess, for this time of year. Relative humidity of 100%. Wind is just slight coming in from the northeast, 6 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and see what today is going to hold for us. Will be some fog around 9 a.m. Should clear up after that for a partly cloudy day. Principal Christy Lydes donned a chicken suit to dance on top of the school Wednesday. The dance was to reward students for exceeding the goal for money raised for scholarships.
It was really kind of fun and able to get everybody involved because everyone knows the chicken dance.
Because I'm pretty sure this is the first that Wartburg Television has interviewed a chicken.
Hurricane Sandy hit the East Coast last week, damaging multiple states and killing over 100 people. Individuals should always be prepared in case of a local disaster.
Bremer County Emergency Management Coordinator Kip Ledecky joins us now to share how you can be prepared to help in such a situation.
Joining us first is trick-or-treater Lila.
So Lila, can you tell us what you are for Halloween this year?
A kitty.
Hey everyone, Kelsey and I are here at Pumpkin Paradise. It's just about 20 minutes outside of Waverly.
Joining us here now is the new Waverly City Administrator, Phil Jones. Shelby and I stopped down at the bakery to see if we could learn a few things about what goes into the process of making such delicious treats.
I'm not as
quick
as you are.
No, I've done a few more than you.
You've done a few.
Finger licking is allowed.
Just
don't get caught on camera doing it.
What's your favorite holiday to bake for?
I suppose Christmas.
Joining us now in the studio is Tori Jockums to talk to us about her book, Conquering the Witch Within, Intergenerational Workplace Strategies That Create Real Results. Now, Tori, we have your book right here.
It might seem like everyone wants a thing for Christmas, but that's not always the case with one group of people, seniors. Ellen Bauer says now that she's one of the older adults, she wants something more important.
Joining us now is Joseph Kangas, who just got done seeing Santa. Joseph, can you tell us what you asked Santa for Christmas?
I asked for 2 girlfriends for my stuffed animal bear baby and my stuffed animal dog, Brownie.
We're here at Weichmann's Winter Wonderland, where every year they make this light display that also mixes with music.
At this time, law enforcement is confident, based upon evidence at the scene and preliminary investigation, that the bodies found yesterday are those of Lyric Cook and Elizabeth Collins.
WTV's Jacqueline Schutte was at the scene where the bodies were found.
At a press conference on Thursday, Black Hawk County Sheriff Rick Evans said the bodies found in Seven Bridges Park in Redland have still not been confirmed by state medical examiners as those of 9-year-old Elizabeth Collins and 11-year-old Lyric Cook.